If you are the face of the business, meaning you're a content creator, an educator, a coach, a healer, or something along those lines, where who you are, your personality, your identity, the things that you share, maybe even your own social media is the way in which you generate leads, and you don't want for your hard-earned money to go in the pockets of corrupt politicians, and you would love to keep some of that cash for yourself and your family, cash that the government has not worked for and illegally takes from you at the end of every year to fund all kinds of nonsense, and you don't feel at peace with that, and you would love to, just cut down the amount of taxes that you give them legally so you don't end up in jail. I'm putting together a mini training. It's gonna be 90 minutes with something that I learned from hiring a top grade accountant in Canada after being audited a couple of times, losing a lot of money, switching accountants more than spiritual guys switch girlfriends. I'm making a lot of mistakes that cost me dozens of thousands of dollars in accounting fees, in interest, in sanctions and penalties to the government. And above all, this year I told myself, you know what, I want to stop resenting taxes. I'm going to stop being frustrated about this, and I'm going to be smart. I'm going to learn about it, educate myself, so that the money that I spend so much time and that I put so much love into making doesn't slip through my hands and end up in a place where I would rather it not go. So I'm going to be sharing what I learned after talking with my accountant. These things for me were mind-blowing, but again, I was never a tax guy. I was more about serving people, not really about looking at bureaucracy, numbers, tax legislation. So for some of you, if you think that you're decent at declaring your taxes, maybe this is not the thing for you. But for many others, if you're like me, if you're a coach, a healer, an educator, chances are that you probably care more about people than you care about paperwork. And chances are that tax season comes and you just try to brush it off. You pay a couple of $100 to somebody and don't look at the numbers, just pay what you're told and then forget about it, because you know that your time is best spent being of service, actually doing something useful with your life. And unlike our politicians, sorry if you're a politician watching this, it's not for you, it's for the bad ones. So chances are that you have not looked too much into this. I'm willing to bet that there are a lot of areas, a lot of things you could be expensing, and you're not. There's a lot of things that your lack of awareness and knowledge is resulting in free money for the government, and you get to keep less of the stuff that you work so lovingly for. So if you want to join me, I'm hosting a masterclass. It's going to be on Thursday. Let me check the exact date. It's going to be on Thursday, September 19th at 6 p.m. EST. It's going to be $99 just because. If you come and you realize, oh, actually I knew all of that and I'm not walking away with something that could help me save money, then I'll give you your money back without asking questions, because if you knew the stuff and you came and you learned and nothing new and you got nothing, I don't want your money. On the other hand, if you're like me, this is going to save you at least, assuming you make around 6 figures, it's going to save you at least $100,000 within the next 10 years. And this is on the low end, because just implementing one or two out of these things is going to more than pay for your 99 ticket admission. I'm charging so that we don't get just tire kickers or people that are not actually running a business and are just curious. I just want business owners, coaches to join me, to attend, so we can have an honest, mature conversation around money, around numbers, and around also how do we release our frustration and our tension around taxation, and how do we optimize it? How do we make sure that we are leaders that are connected to our heart, but also grounded in the reality that we navigate? And that reality includes government regulations that, whether we like them or not, are part of the game. So I figured, you know what? I can spend the rest of my life resenting the rules they've made, or I can learn to play them and learn them so well that I use them to my advantage. If you want to use them to your advantage, comment below and I'll send you a registration link, and I'll see you next week.